Robert E. Howard, great writer, but who actually wrote that is an even greater writer, in my opinion, and that, of course, is Oliver Stone, who is a listener of this show, I've confirmed, but won't come on because of controversy. All right, that's enough. I'll stop right there. I just mentioned that earlier. Kind of like I mentioned Idiocracy, so I thought I'd play a clip of that. By the way, did you get the Mars Attack clip where they're like, don't run, we are your friends? We used to have that as an outro. Cue up, don't run, we are your friends, because this is like Obamacare. Don't run, no death panels. Don't run, you can keep your doctor. I mean, and of course, they're then shooting people with the laser beams and laughing because they don't run when you say don't run. Joe, finishing your story. Oh, we have it. Oh, go ahead. It's Obama supporters helping. I mean, don't looting.
Run.
I mean,
we are your friends.
It's the federal government. Let me tell you, the most spied on group is veterans. And the minute he said there was an FBI agent in there, I said, we came back from break, and I said, let me guess, he's spying on you and messing with you. And I've actually had some FBI people give me stuff before that was good. I've had federal marshals give me stuff, so I know they're not all bad. But they're all compartmentalized, and they do what they're told. And they're convinced they're good because they're compartmentalized. And they're all about how they manage everyone so they're the winners. It's a game to play along with the system and say you're in control of it. But go ahead, Joe. Finish up your points, brother.
If anything, I would liken him to the clergy response team. The real threat is the doctors. 30 minutes or less, better than dominoes. You're going to walk out with some mind-altering drug.
Yeah, and they do that so they can then take your rights away down the road. The New Freedom Initiative wants to put half of Americans on drugs by 2020.
Fighting that battle, I've been forced on every single one of them. Beside the point, about Fukushima, and the clergy response team was the only thing that he couldn't rebut. So,
yeah, you can play a newscast where the clergy response teams that we documented with Pastor Butch Pod 3 years before it was in the news. They literally go to the FEMA camp, turn your guns, take the inoculations. And then now we have the preachers on TV going, go to the camp, take the shots of the Lord. And there's just these little soft, lazy guys that work 2 days a week. And they're going to hell. I mean, I'm not trying to judge them, but I'm telling you, they're Pharisees. And if Christ was here, he'd beat them with bullwhips. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sidetracking on that, the guy was dumbfounded last week because they gave him a letter in the mail said he couldn't have guns anymore. He come to our group asking why. Basically, he said, a neighbor had been bothering him, called the cops on him. And he said, boy, come on my property, and I'll take care of you. And so his preacher, who he confessed that to because he's a religious man,
of course,
basically called the cops on him, and now they've removed his right to him.
Yeah, psychologists now will not keep the info, doctors, and they'll twist anything. And a lot of them are government operatives. Listen, every dentist my dad knows, in the last 3 years, they tried to recruit him for Homeland Security. And when they tried to recruit my dad, he goes, is this because who my son is? They didn't even know that. They're like, no, Dr. Jones, I've been coming to you for 10 years. There's money. He goes, well, who do I spy on? Criminal activity? He goes, no. We know their politics. Keep tabs on everyone. Come to our meetings. We're going to meet over at the FBI office. They're going to give my dad a little badge and money, and he's going to... And most of them took the deal. Because, like, I'm honored to be a secret agent. Secret agent, man. Meanwhile, the government runs the terrorist, runs the drugs, runs it all. I mean, what a sick joke. We got a big victory coming up. Stay with us. Alex Jones here with a message to fellow freedom lovers. The prognosis for the entire planetary economic system runs from bad to worse. The globalist model is to shut down societies and starve patriots out until they acquiesce to the global takeover. That's why we've assembled the most vital and important preparedness items at InfoWarsShop.com. These are items that I did research on, that I personally use. We've got the Life Straw, so you can turn fetid water into safe water anywhere you go. The K-Tor hand crank generator to charge up key equipment during power outages or out in the field. Strategic Relocation, 3rd edition by Joel Skousen. When Disaster Strikes by Matthew Stein. ThyroSafe, used by Homeland Security to protect yourself during any radiological event. Hand crank shortwave AM/FM radios. Everything that we've researched and found to be the best is available at InfoWarsShop.com, and your purchase makes our InfoWar possible. We're getting prepared. Are you? InfoWarsShop.com. In the last 50 years, iodine has been phased out of our staple foods and replaced with the halogen bromine, a practice now banned in nations around the world. Guess what else is in the halogen family? Fluoride. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. In 1924, the federal government did the right thing and encouraged salt producers to add iodine. It's the good halogen on the periodic table, and the results are on record. Reports documented a 15-point IQ increase in areas that had previously been deficient in iodine. Bottom line, iodine is important. Unbound, clean, in a glycerin base. Nascent iodine was the answer for myself and my family. You will find Survival Shield Nascent Iodine exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWars Life Survival Shield Nascent Iodine isn't just for emergencies. I take it every day. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.
GMO, kids. It'll grow tumors all over you. What's wrong with that? Uncle Sam cares about you. Just look at the atomic soldiers.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
Look at how good trioxin is. It turns everybody into zombies. What's wrong with having plastic softeners in the Subway bread? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Ms. Hari, the food babe, who was on with us 2 days ago when she launched her big national campaign. She's had many helpful campaigns, and I would say our audience contributed to that, so I'm very proud of our audience and very thankful for her. Here's USA Today. Stories up on Infowars.com, also on the left-hand side of DrudgeReport.com. It's the fourth story down on the left-hand column. Subway to remove chemical from bread. It's amazing. Vani Hari has done it again. Subway, one of the world's biggest bread bakers, is about to remove a chemical from its breads that raise the ire of influential health activist and food blogger, thefoodbabe.com. And she joins us right now. Now, they're responding saying, we'll take it out, but the FDA says we're allowed to have it in. Well, I mean, Hitler said they were allowed to line Jews up and shoot them. And our government once said it was okay to have blacks as slaves pulling plows down the road. So just because the FDA says that melamine can be in the milk, they execute you for that in China. And that, for me, is the big issue here. If you go back just 5 years ago, we could not have victories this fast. It is a collapse of the system. I go to even mainline grocery stores now, and everything advertises, we have real sugar in our ketchup. We're non-GMO, organic. They're not even trying the natural scam anymore, which means, you know, absolutely nothing. So Vani Hari joins us, a.k.a. the Food Babe, to talk about this huge victory till the bottom of the hour. Then I'll go back to your calls, Corey and Thomas and Dave and Jonathan and Clarence and everybody that's holding. But this is a big deal because less than 48 hours after she launched her campaign, what was she on Tuesday when she launched it? She launched it that day. Was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday. Amazing. So here we are on Thursday, and they've now announced, as of last night, and USA Today came out with it today, that they're going to do this, but it's no big deal. Well, the key is this is banned in every other country. It's only authorized here, and there's so many other plastic emulsifiers and silicone derivatives and precursors in the McNuggets, you name it. It's all falling like a house of cards, and it shows the power of we the people to change what's happening in civilization. We can do it, ladies and gentlemen. We can expose that St. John's wort in double-blind studies for 20 years is better than Prozac. Why are they putting people on Prozac and all these other drugs? Because they want to take your rights away later, folks. We have to have a revolution against that, a revolution against federalization of police, a revolution against the fake drug war, a revolution against globalism and banker bailouts, a revolution against Warren Buffett and the big tax and spend fake liberals promoting higher taxes because they're exempt from them and get the taxpayer money. We're having a revolution, a renaissance of awakening, and I am so excited. I thought it'd take a few weeks for her to have a victory on this, but she is so focused and has got such a great grassroots support base on her Facebook and Twitter and on her website. And, you know, shows like ours that she was able to hammer this out there, and they're running scared. Great job. Tell us about what's unfolded and what's happened.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. You know, what was so critical, you know, I launched the petition right about noon on Tuesday, and I was on this program, I think, within the next hour or two. And it was really fascinating to see all of your supporters and everyone coming over to join the petition. And I can't tell you how many personal emails that I got from the InfoWars folks to say, you know, they heard me on this program. They were so upset about plastic and their Subway sandwiches and that they were going to speak out about it. So I just want to personally thank you and all of your listeners and everybody who follows InfoWars. Alex, your team and your support has been amazing. It is absolutely unheard of that any company has responded this quick in history, not to mention get 50,000 signatures on a petition within 24 hours. People were very visibly upset about this once they found out that Subway wasn't using this chemical for everybody else across the globe, but only using it for us. They were really upset about this double standard, not to mention that this chemical in bread is the same stuff in yoga mat on the bottom of your shoes. It causes cancer because when it's heated, it degrades into a carcinogenic compound, that it's linked to lung problems and an asthmatic trigger. People were very upset, and there was no way for Subway to hide and hide under cover, even of the FDA, because they realized that they've already taken this ingredient out of all of those different subs across the globe and not us. And so they had to respond. And the funny thing is they said that they were going to do this all along. But it's really interesting because I contacted them 10 days ago on their customer service line and through email, and they didn't tell me any of this. They wouldn't even tell me anything about this ingredient back then, and they wouldn't tell me it a year ago when I released a video about this substance, me even eating a yoga mat out of pure comedy and reaction and to get people thinking about what they're eating. And a year before that, in 2012, when I released the full investigation on Subway, how it wasn't really eating fresh. So it's really interesting that they are coming out finally saying that this ingredient's going to come out of their bread. But if anybody thinks that they can eat this now, think again. This is not a Subway sandwich you want to be eating. First of all of the Subway sandwiches right now currently have this ingredient, as well as a slew of other ingredients that are plasticizers, that are GMOs, that are non-organic, that are hidden MSG in the form of yeast extract or natural flavors, or even have caramel coloring in it, which is considered a carcinogen as well. So I would really like to have Subway invite me to their headquarters and talk to them about the ingredients they do plan on using now to create their bread.